the Haas F1 team, Haas, I never know how to pronounce this name. The Haas F1 team announced that they are dropping Russian title sponsor Earl Colley. They've also terminated the contract of one of their drivers, Nikita Mazepin. So amidst the war with Ukraine, having a Russian title sponsor, and we'll get into more, it was a bad look. And a lot of people, after Nikita Mazepin got axed by the team, were feeling sympathetic for Nikita Mazepin, saying, oh, it's not his fault. Well, here's what they're missing about that. Here's what people don't really, I think, understand when you feel sympathy for Nikita Mazepin. Nikita Mazepin and the sponsor Earl Colley came hand in hand. And I might be pronouncing Earl Cali. I don't know how to say that. Earl, U-R-A-L-K-A-L-I. However you pronounce that, I'm going to say Earl Colley. I don't really care how it's pronounced, honestly. They're gone. They're out of F1 anyway. Nikita Mazepin's dad is a Russian oligarch. And the only reason Nikita Mazepin was brought in as a driver for Haas was because he brought money with him. He wasn't deserving. He wasn't a great driver. He paid for a seat. He was a gentleman driver. And without the money, there was no reason to put up with him. Now, on top of all that, during his brief stint as an F1 driver, Nikita Mazepin came across as totally unlikable to me. And I really despise the idea of a great driver sitting at home while we are all forced to watch Nikita Mazepin try to drive an F1 car. It was always a shameful waste. I hated it because in my mind, the best drivers in the world should drive in Formula One. That's simply not Nikita Mazepin. We called him Mazepin because he was horrible. And I don't like having guys like him in Formula One. It just puts the whole thing to shame a little bit, in my opinion, and it kind of makes a mockery of the talent required to really become an F1 driver. Now, there is one looming question left I want to ask, which is, where will the money come from to fund the Haas F1 team? I would assume now they are in trouble because they removed their title sponsor, and I wonder, do they have the money to keep racing in Formula One at all? Because there's a reason they took money from a Russian oligarch to begin with. There's a reason they needed Earl Colley's money, and the reason that they took Nikita Mazepin was because they desperately needed money. Now they don't have that money. What's going to happen next? I assume they don't have that money. And I just wonder, my lingering question is the Haas F1 team going to be okay financially?